First, let me bring in my guest. I'm still with Joseph Lowe, civil rights attorney, and he's going to help me to sort of weave through some of these questions. Let me start with Eric G. He says, I've been watching the jury pick. Seems like there will be an upset coming. Some of the people they are questioning are quote unquote suspect. Trying to prove a cop intended to kill a person in the scope of doing their job, I feel is expletive deleted, impossible. All right, so Joseph, what do you have to say to Eric G?
I think to some degree Eric G makes a good point. And what that is he's saying it's unlikely that there's any evidence to show that Chauvin walked up to, roll call that morning and said, guess what, fellas, today's the day I'm going to kill me somebody. I just got to find him. I mean, something like that, premeditated, not likely. But this is the subtle nuances in the law or the charges against him, because second-degree murder does not require that preformed intent. It can come as a result of knowing that you are doing something that is inherently dangerous, and as a result, you should know, especially if you're trained to know, to stop doing it. And this is definitely provable as a result of just watching the video only. Then the other charges are also murder-like charges, but they require even less intent. The same kind you would get if you decided to get drunk, get in your car, drive, hit and kill somebody. They call that manslaughter. You had no real intent to do it, but your actions are so ridiculous, it's going to hurt someone. So I agree with Eric. What are you saying?
All right, Eric. So look, I hope you got an answer to your question there. I know you were very concerned. All right, Chris P. says, there is no way a jury will be convinced to accept murder charges against these officers. Just won't happen. There is nothing indicating intent to murder, and Floyd had drugs in his system. All right, I think you answered, Joseph, the intent question, I think very, very well. But now how do you deal with the drugs in his system?
Sure, it's like this. Let's just play it out from opposite ends. Okay, so for all you people who live in states where smoking marijuana is legal, according to what you just read by Chris, if you have any pot in your system, it's open season on you, and we can kill you for whatever reason we want, because that's what we just read, and clearly that's ridiculous. Fentanyl in your system does not mean now the cops can do whatever they want to you. It's not how it works, and especially since fentanyl is a type of drug that suppresses your body's or your brain's and your nervous system's reactions. This guy is not on some whacked out drug like, say, angel dust or PCP that makes you become violent. So again, to suggest just because you have drug in your system, they can do whatever you want is, well, in my opinion, ignorant.
Yep, no question about it. All right, let's go on now. Terry M. on Facebook says, I think with all the footage and opinions that have been formed, I don't know, even with all the testimony that will be heard, that the jurors can put aside the images they have seen. I feel they will be obligated to say Chauvin caused his death. And I think based on what you've said already, Joseph, it's really the state is going to have to keep the focus on that video and the actions of Chauvin and the other officers in that video.
I agree. And if they're smart, they don't keep playing it over and over, because that can desensitize a jury and make it seem like it's normal or common. And in addition, in picking at these jurors, why do they need to forget what they've seen, especially since they're going to see it anyway? If I'm the defense, I want people who've seen the video, because now I know how it made them feel. If I think I'm going to do well by picking a bunch of people who've never seen it, now I have to guess how it's going to affect them, and I don't think that's a good job. So I think they really had to change your strategy a little bit.
All right. And finally, Jenny M. says this about how she thinks that jury selection's going. I think the attorneys are doing a great job. So far, I feel like they have a strong group. We just have to have faith in these people and trust the process. I think that's a fair statement there, Joseph.
I think it absolutely is. Jenny's got it right on the mark. I think they're all professionals doing as best they can.
Yep, absolutely. And that's all we can hope for, and we have to hope for the best. All right, Joseph Lowe, always a true pleasure to have you with me here on the show. Just super opinionated and super smart. I hope you'll join me again, man.
It sure will. Thanks, Michael. It was really good to have you.
I appreciate it, man. All right, now stay with us.